You're right there, YouTube. It is Krakoon again, bringing you another gameplay slash commentary, man. And this video, I think I might try and be using for like a Gladius 1 video or something along the lines of that. So I'm not 100% sure yet. But if it does, then my name is Maximus Cocoonus Meridius Decidius, commander of the armies to the west, and the follower of the true leader of Rome, Fisticuffs alias Canidius, and the Gladius 1 is going through its first triumphant steps towards victory. But the premise still stands that if we do not work consecutively and as a team, we will inevitably fail. Our destiny, it has been written in the night sky, a destiny fulfilled with glorious, ambiguous victory. It is already known that throughout time will inevitably be a victor, and victorious we will inevitably be. And I like to say inevitably quite a lot. But inevitably, that is inevitably going to happen. My name is Maximus Cocoonus Meridius Decidius, and I implore you to go over to the Gladius 1 channel, rate, favorite, comment, subscribe, get involved with your gladiators in arms. Are you not entertained? Fuck it, alright. That was a little bit for the start, man. Obviously you see what I'm using, and I've had a little thought process within my mind and all that kind of shit, and I'm only going to post gold guns on the G1Unity because that's all they deserve. We only deserve the gold guns for the beastification and the gladiator and what have you. Or Maximus Cocoonus Meridius Decidius. But pretty much, man. I was just I had like a little brainstorm about it the other day because I know that previously in the past I think I posted one video where I didn't use a gold camo. I was using a sniper rifle and it didn't have any camo on it at all. But the gameplay made up for no camo anyway, so anyway, you see how it is. I'm using a gold camo. But considering that I'm rushing within this gameplay and all that kind of shit, and obviously I've been staggering my gameplays, so it's never like defensive, rush, defensive, defensive. It's like rush, defensive, rush, defensive. So I'm getting all these gameplays out and all that kind of shit and staggering them out so you don't get bored of the same style of gameplay every single motherfucking day, like you do from all the other big commentators anyway. But y'all know what I mean. But anyway, I want to talk about rushing and rushing gameplays as a standard and all that kind of shit. And the standards of Black Ops gameplays, speaking within rushing terms, is it's a pretty interesting fact really, because hardly anybody in the YouTube community, like big commentator wise, post rushing gameplays, and except for like a designated few that is that maintain their playstyle to be in that rushing way, like, well, like big commentators anyway. But hardly anybody really posts rushing gameplays and all that kind of shit. And the reason is that, like, I don't think people post rushing gameplays is because it's not as easy as to play in a defensive style, but at the same time, playing defensive, people will dispute that it is a more smarter way to play the game or something like that. But I'm not going to go into that. But what I want to talk about really is because simply the different play styles between each other, defensive and offensive, rushing, camping, whatever you want to call it, they can't be compared because they're not similar in any shape or form at all, unless you're rushing with an assault rifle, which is the only time where I can even see a comparison. But as long as you're rushing with SMGs the way it's supposed to be, there is no comparison because they're not in the same league at all. One takes an extreme amount of skill and you're hindered from the start. The other doesn't need any skill necessary at all really, but some skill at times, depending. I don't know. But what I'm trying to get at here is really that's the problem where I've been having with myself within getting rushing gameplays and all that kind of shit, because I set myself these really high standards for rushing gameplays, and generally speaking they're pretty unachievable. But sometimes I obviously do get the very, very good gameplays where go like 40+ kills rushing only with your gun. But the rare And that's kind of where the problem lies, because I've set myself these really high standards of rushing gameplays, and I've never been able to hit them. So you've never really been seeing is all of my rushing gameplays and all of my rushing skills and all that kind of shit. Because in this gameplay, for instance, you see I've obviously picked up my Blackbird there, been rushing about the place, murking off these fools, but you wouldn't have usually seen this if I still had my high standards. But now that I've kind of noticed and been enlightened from the value of being a good, consistent rusher, then I can kind of see myself as being able to post more of these maybe not as well score gameplays at the end, but still very good rushing gameplays, you could say. So, I don't know, it's an interesting topic really, because it can be a bit of a hoo-ha in the community about who is the better player due to the play style and the end score, rather than the actual worth of the gameplay and the gun skill and the maneuvers and the tactics that usually people display over people using killstreak guns and all that kind of shit. But anyway, I'm probably going to continue this on within another commentary anyway, maybe to start off my next com, because I've got a pretty good interesting fact to continue upon about that. But seeing as though this gameplay is kind of wrapped up to a little bit of an end here, I'm probably going to have to finish it off. You see there, we go 27-7, and peace. Much love, Terry Tips.